I'm a mother and a grandmother, and I believe that before we send our young men and women into harm's way anywhere in the world, we should have a clear goal and a clear strategy in place. My concern relative to Afghanistan is that we have seen different strategies. I do applaud the fact that our president did put General Petraeus in charge in Afghanistan. He had great success in Iraq. I hope he will be able to have that success in Afghanistan. My fear, however, is that we have conflicting messages and conflicting strategies. We have a political strategy that says we're going to start withdrawing in July of 2011. We have a military strategy that now says that we are increasing our troops and that we have a surge. It certainly is confusing to me, and one of the first things that I would like as a senator would be to have a detailed briefing on exactly what the goals and strategies are in Afghanistan, because I think we need to make sure that our strategy is clear before we send our men and women in harm's way. And then when we bring them home, we have to take care of our veterans and to make sure they have the benefits that they deserve.
Mr. Blumenthal, what would you change about the president's strategy in Afghanistan, if anything?
I believe that the president must adhere to the timetable we have set, despite some of the talk that we've heard recently about varying on it. I think we should avoid an open-ended commitment in Afghanistan. We must continue the war on terror. We need to take that war to wherever the terrorists make safe havens, whether it is in Pakistan or other countries. But we must begin withdrawing our combat troops in July of next year. I believe that the war on terror requires inventive and ingenious and aggressive means, using cyber attack, using special operations, using means that make us more nimble and more aggressive and successful. But I believe the American people deserve that time withdrawing our combat troops on that year, on that timetable.
I strongly oppose President Obama's plan to raise our troop levels in Afghanistan to 100,000. I thought it was a big mistake. I thought it would be way too costly and that it would not accomplish much. I hoped that I was wrong, but I think it's being borne out to be true. There's a great book called The Unforgiving Minute by Craig Mullaney, who served in Afghanistan in 2003 and now he works for our government. And if you read that book, it kind of details how difficult it is to really accomplish anything in Afghanistan through military force. I think we should have reduced our troop levels maybe to about 10,000 and relied on surveillance and special operations forces to maintain our national goal there, which is to prevent the resurgence of Al-Qaeda and the building of training camps there that can train terrorists to attack us at home.
It's about health care. We'll start with Mrs. McMahon. Mrs. McMahon, you said you would have voted against the health care.